Hi everyone, this is Just Trying to Play It, and we are back with Pumpkin Days, the challenge, Road to 1 million. Now you will notice we have gone about, I want to say 2 weeks since the last time that we had our video up. And the reason for that is, there's multiple reasons actually. One of the reasons is because we have done a lot of things that weren't necessarily, I wouldn't say boring, but they were really repetitive. We were going back and forth. We were checking with people to see if they had deliveries to make. We were doing requests. And as you can see here, we've cleared all of our requests except for this one. We also have one small farming item to do, which is the pineapples, which the pineapples should be coming out in a few days. I think those actually take 20 days before they are ready. So we'll at least do this quota, and then we did the mayonnaise, we did all of that. So we'll at least fulfill the quota, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal, but I guess in later years it does make a difference because your bonus is a lot more. But what you see here is I wouldn't say the beginning here. This is probably somewhere around the middle of where we are. Let's look at our inventory. Look at this here. In our inventory, we have almost 20 slots, if not 20. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is another 8, so that's 19, 20 slots where we have 50 of these glowing mushrooms. Now, you do the math here. This is $100,000 worth of glowing mushrooms. So let's just take a moment and think about what that means right now. This is the very first time that we would have gotten any kind of return of this magnitude. Now the question is, do we sell all of these, bank that 100,000 and then do it again with hopefully these, or what? Well, no, the answer I think is obviously clear. We have to keep replanting until we're at least at that point. We only have 10 days for these to grow. So if these are growing every 10 days, I'm going to say 11 because I don't know if it counts the day that you actually plant them. So I'm going to assume not and just be on the safe side. We have one more time this season where we can get a crop from these. Okay, now yes, we have some growing, but in all honesty, do I really remember when I planted those? Really don't. But I think if I stagger them the right way, that I will make sure that I have hit my quota. Now, I've also planted some of those hybrid seeds, so those will help as well. But let's face it, those hybrid seeds, they're half the amount that these give you. So they'll give me 50, the hybrid seeds, once they're grown. But at the same time, they do start off giving me more per plot. So in all honesty, I can get from, I think I can get 3 to 9 more, I think, of these if I, based on my fertilizer and stuff like that. So what I'm thinking is the minimum that I can get from this is 5. The maximum I can get from one of these plots is 11. So that's not bad. So I can get from 500 to 1100 per square here. That's not that bad. The other one, the minimum I can get, you start off with getting 5 without any fertilizer, I believe. Then you can get 3 to 9 more. So you can get from 8 to 14. Now that still says you can get from 400 to 700, which is still less than this, but at least it's supplemental to these. Now I could just say forget these altogether, but then again, I want to make sure that I'm growing everything that I possibly can to make sure I can get to that million. Now, had I started this earlier, I would have been fine. If I was able to do this in the spring and at least get one of these down by, I say, mid-spring, I would have been great. But that's not the case here. So what I need to do, and what I'm going to continue to do, is I'm going to continuously plant these. Now, how many of them am I going to plant? Well, let's freeze again, and let's just think about that for a moment. If we were to plant, say, every 100 crops, every 100 of these is going to give us, and we're going to say we're going to add the fertilizer, mind you. So every 100 of these, each one is going to give us 5 at the minimum. So we're going to get 500 from that. That's 50,000. That's fine. But we need obviously more than 50,000, don't we? So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to have a certain number of these growing at all times. So if we look at the math and we try to figure it out, if we were to plant 2,000 of these, I'm talking about 2,000 of these crops, we are looking at getting minimum 10,000 from it, which will then give us our million. Correct? I do believe that is correct. We can't plant 2,000 at one time because that's just too much trouble. So we need to take that 2,000 and spread it over a certain number of crops. Now, a certain number of harvests, let's put it that way. We have 3 harvests left. Only 3 left in order for us to be able to do this. So that's saying that I need to plant, or at least harvest, at least over about 600 and something, each time. So I have 100,000 worth right now. Let's say I took that away from my million. That's 900,000 we need to do. We need to do about 300,000 each additional crop, each additional harvest. That's a lot. That's a lot of them. So if we need to do 300,000, that means I need to have about 3,000 of these things. I need to have about 3,000 of these things each time. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. Very tough. Right now I have 1,000 of these. So I got to basically step it up is what I'm saying. I have to do a lot more than this. I can't just have this one. And my math could be wrong because I'm trying to, think about it too fast. But we're going to figure it out. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to say, let's see how many of these are. We have 1, 2, 3 of these. And let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. So that's 22 of these here. So we have 108 right here, because I think this is 36 times 3, which is 108. And then we have another 22. Correct? So we have 130. That's down right now. Of those 130, we're going to bring in a minimum of 650, which is nowhere near what we need. We're just going to have to plant like mad. We're just going to have to see how much of this we can get down. Now, another thing we have to really think about is we have to pay for fertilizer as well. Fertilizer is 50 a piece. So we really have to think this through. Let's see how many of these we can possibly sell. I don't know if we're going to go see if, what's her face? The one that sells us the seeds, whatever her name is. We're going to go see if she buys these. If she buys them, we're going to sell enough of them to get maybe, I don't know, we may need 1,000 fertilizer. We might need about 1,000 fertilizer, which is going to cost us a lot of money. I mean, I'm just going to put it like that. It's going to cost us a lot of money. So we may have to sell half of these just to buy fertilizer. And then we're going to plant probably, I don't know, the other half. And then we're going to try to see if we can go from there. I don't know how that's going to work out. But we're going to see. We're going to see how that works. Let's go and check with her and see if she even buys these things, first of all. I don't know if she does. It says she buys a lot of stuff. So, I mean, these are considered crops, I would think. But, then again, I don't know. They may have a completely different classification. But I'm excited because we are really looking at one of our first big sales here. Let's just see what other things she has. I do need to grow a ton of potatoes because I don't know if you noticed, but I did buy a lot. What is that? The still and some other stuff. And I think potatoes actually make some sort of a beer or something. I don't remember what it was, but I think it does. Okay, so she does buy these. Now, we are going to have to sell her a crap load of these things. I think we should sell her. I think we should get 1,000. If we get 1,000 of these, we're going to be due for a minimum of 5,000 crops. And that puts us halfway to where we need to be. But we have to also think about the other crops that we have planted. So let's sell her enough. We've already got 15 grand. Let's just sell her enough to get up to about 50,000. So we're going to sell about 50, what? Oh, geez. So we need about $35,000 more. Each one of these is 100. We're going to sell about 3,500 of these. So let's do that. I don't know if we can even do that at a time. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 500 of these, so we're gonna sell her 350 of these things, right? Yes. So let's see if that works. Yes, that works. I don't know why I didn't think it would work, but it works. Okay, now I didn't see, there's one of these in here. This one is sneaking away. This is only 49, so we're just one so instead of the 100,000 I thought we have 99.9k. Close enough. But yeah, that little 49 was sneaking in there. I didn't quite see it at first. Everything looked the same, but it was just sitting there. So anyway, okay, so we have 50 grand right now. We need fertilizer, okay? So we're going to buy, hopefully, all of the fertilizer that we need right now. I don't anticipate buying any more fertilizer after this. At least I'm hoping I don't. So if I buy 1,000 fertilizer right now, that will give me enough to be able to get about 5,000 harvested crops minimum out of this. We are hoping for more than that because we're obviously going to need more than that 500k. Now, we're going to keep our fingers crossed, but we still have them growing. We still have everything going on. I'm hoping that sometime in the fall, when we get, say, one of the harvests, will be there already so that everything else is just extra. But we're going to see. We're going to see how that works out. We're going to turn a lot of these into seeds. So the good thing about it is we're not going to need to use all of these. It's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 seeds there. So those 500 seeds are going to get us 1,000 seeds that we can then replant. And then we get to sell a whole 149 of these, which will give us, some about $14,900, which will replace what we actually spent. So we'll be right back where we were, but we'll probably be halfway dead because of all of the planting and everything. But let's go ahead and get this done. I think this only allows 100 at a time. So we're going to go ahead and do that. There we go. Now, if we had really thought about it, would it have been worth it to have some animals to give us some of the poop and disaster dishes to make a fertilizer bin? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think we would have gotten as much fertilizer out of this doing it that method, but it would have helped us a little bit. So the question is, how much money would we have really saved doing that? I don't think we would have saved a whole lot. At least, no, I really don't. I don't think it would have saved us a whole lot of money. So I'm kind of fine with it. I'm not going to complain too much. We're going to go ahead and start these up. I really kind of wish that, honestly, let's go sell her the 149 that we should have sold. Because I should have done that while I was there instead of putting these in the bin. Because I do want to try and go. We're going to need a couple of seed makers because this is going to take forever with just one seed maker. Yeah, I kind of hate, spending money on that sort of thing when we're trying to get to a certain goal. But I think in this case, it makes sense. So we're going to do 149 of these, sell those off, which puts us basically right back to where we were. We're going to get these potato seeds because I really, even though we're going towards a goal, I really want to make some of this stuff that's here just to keep your mind off, just keep my mind off things, just to have a little fun with the game at the same time trying to fulfill this goal that I have. And do I need more barley? I think I need more barley also. Let's get the potato seeds. We're going to get about 36 of those. And then we're going to get some more barley seeds. Let's just get 18 of those. No, let's get 36 because I want them even. We're not going to worry about planting those today. We're going to worry about planting these bad boys today. But for right now, we're going to run over to Duante. And we're going to get maybe two or three more seed makers. I don't want to get that many, but I do need this to go quicker. And then just in case I need to do more seeds, I just want to make sure that I have everything that I need, already there. We're going to spend most of the rest of this day planting these seeds as they come out, just to get them in the ground as soon as possible. So, okay, Duante. Now, as you can see, Duante has a lot of stuff. We've been shipping out a lot of things. We do have one windmill, as you saw it. I don't anticipate buying more than one windmill. I'm not in any hurry for my sugar and all of that stuff to get done. I did not buy the fish prep station because at this moment it doesn't matter to me because I haven't been cooking up any kind of special food. I did not get the loom, nor did I get the sewing machine. But I really, truly am thinking about it. And a couple of these fish tanks too. Since it's going to take us a while to get the money that we're trying to get, I am also thinking about experimenting with the fish tanks. Now, you did not notice this before, or maybe you did, and I just didn't say anything. We have the Meteor fishing rod. I had two Meteor gems when we went to the mine. Ever since then, I didn't get any more. We got lucky as hell and ended up getting the Meteor fishing rod recipe from watching television one day. I think it was on, I want to say maybe like the 14th, the 13th, something like that. I took hurry up, and that same night I went ahead and made the Meteor fishing rod, and I just did a lot of fishing the day before. Shipped off a lot of fish. I don't know how much it was because I haven't gone to pick up my money, as you can see here, but I was really looking forward to seeing how, these things are expensive as hell, but I was really looking forward to seeing how much money that is. So that's extra money too that I didn't even think about that we had. So we're doing okay now. We have a breakthrough. For a lot of people, they would have already been here. Now, I don't know what other strategy that I would have used. If anyone is watching, if you watch it and you know of different strategies, different ways that I could have gotten here sooner, please feel free to let me know. I know I should have gone into the mine a lot sooner than I did, and I think that would have made a huge difference. But I didn't. So now I'm paying the price for that because I missed out on an entire season, spring, of actually being able to get the the glowing mushrooms. So I'm sorry about that, but I was also trying to enjoy myself and have fun with the game. Now, I will later on actually look into the sewing machine and the loom. There is a quest that I have right now. Did I buy those things? No, I did not. What am I doing? Hold on. Let me buy this before I completely forget. Seed maker. Let's get 3 of these. Let's get 3 of them. Okay. So I actually have a quest here. Tea for Kashan. And he did tell me that when he gave me this quest, that if I bring him some tea back, some mint tea, that he would give me some recipes for clothing. He would give me some clothing recipes. So I'm kind of looking forward to that myself, because I honestly had no idea that that was even part of this stuff. So I am really looking forward to trying it. I need to find out. I kind of have an idea of how to make the mint tea, but I don't have the recipe yet. So if I'm playing according to getting the recipe, I need to make sure I get the recipe from the television before I go doing anything. So let's go over here. Let's pick up our money real quick. Let's see how much all that fish got us last night. $29.05. That's not bad. It's not overly exciting, but it's not bad. Milk, nothing here that I really, ground coffee. Yeah, I could do that. I haven't been getting as many of those requests. I haven't been taking as many of them because I know that a lot of my time is about to be spent fishing, mining, and farming. So unless I already have something in my inventory, or I already have something that I know I'm going to have by then, I have not been getting those. I haven't even been bothering with them. So we're going to go over here and we're going to start these seeds going. I'm kind of excited, really. I am really excited because once you get to this point, it's just a matter of time. At this moment, it really is just a matter of time. And that's the way I looked at it from the beginning. It was just a matter of time before I actually was able to get to, where I needed to be. So let's see, I did 50 in there. 50 is going to go in here. 50 is going to go in here. And then 50 is going to go in here. So we're going to have to do that one and a half more times, which is not bad. We've also got some coffee to pick up, which we'll do that later. Right now, our priority is getting these bad boys down. So this is my area where I'm going to have these at. Obviously, my next thing is to hope to God that I get a meteor hoe and a meteor watering can, because that is going to make our lives that much better. So we're going to, before we start moving all around in circles here, we're going to do it this way. And by having all of those going at the same time, we can actually get this done a lot quicker. Let's see, right there. Because, for every cycle, we're getting 8 seeds done instead of just 2, since we have 4 of them. So it'll help us a bit with production and stuff like that. I don't have to sit there and wait and then say, oh, we got to wait this long for another one to be done. I don't necessarily have to do that. So that's a good thing as well. So let's fertilize these areas first. Does fertilizing take any? No, fertilizing does not take any health, which is really, really good. Yeah, that's really nice that it does not take up anything. But when I plant these seeds, I know it will. So I wonder if I could just put another one there. No, there won't be any room here. But I do need to fertilize this area because we're going to make use of this as well. Now, we may not get all of them down today, which I doubt very seriously if we do. But that's why I want to stagger it, because if I can get them down on the 17th, I think that by the end of the month, I'll at least get another one from it. Now, these don't make any difference if they go into spring, summer, fall, anything like that, because they are all year round except for winter. So at least we know that much about them. That helps tremendously. It helps an awful lot. So, okay, we've got some more that we can put down. So, let's see. We're really nowhere near what we need, but we're going to try to make the most of this, okay? Plus, we're going to try to use as much of the food that we have. And then I think tomorrow we're going to end up putting the majority of these things down. There we go. And I think, are they already watered? Yeah, these are already, no they aren't. No they aren't. Let's just see here. Are these watered? Yes. So I think these were already watered due to, yeah, they look good. They look good. All right. And then we have a set of 36 here, which fits just so nicely right there. But we're going to make sure we eat a little bit before we do it and put them down. I'm glad we ate a little more. And then let's eat one of these things. Okay. Let's get them down and watered. And let's at least get these plots done. And then the next day, if we have to, we might go ahead and buy some food. We might just make some more stuff. But we'll most certainly make sure that we're ready. We can actually pre-water this. It's not going to hurt anything. But yeah, I am so excited about this. It's just not even funny. I knew this was the strategy I was going to take. I didn't think it was going to take this long. But I am happy that I'm finally here. Because now I can begin to see some progress. You know, because for a while, I mean, I wasn't discouraged, so to speak. But I was in the point where I was beginning to say, you know, can we really do this? You know, can we really get this done? You know, and now I can honestly say, yes, we can get this done. You know, because we have more than enough. Where are those seeds? These, it was the 14. So let's do those. Let's see, is that enough? Ooh, that was close. That was cutting it close. So let's eat the cake. And then let's equip that one. Okay, that gave us a little bit. We can run faster now, which we really don't need to, but. So I think we've planted all of this here. These are done. No, there's nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing. Okay, so I was looking at the wrong thing here. These two go together. Okay, let's equip that. There we go. Now those are done. Okay, we've got a long way to go. So we're not out of the woods yet, but at least we're going to have the majority of, look at me fly. Jeez. But at least we'll have the majority of these things done in time. So those will get done. Those will get done. These will get done. Okay, so we're looking at, yeah, I mean, we're going to need a few more plots, obviously. We're going to need a lot of food. We're just going to need some stuff. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. But for right now, let's see if we can't get these up. Now, do these require, are they taking any, yeah, they're taking some energy from me, but not a lot. So we can probably do the majority of this, if not all of it. And if you notice, I did fertilize the coffee. Mainly because I started thinking about it first. Well, there's no point in fertilizing the coffee because coffee beans are worth 5 each. You only get 5, and then if you think about you're gonna get 3, minimum of 3 extra. It's not a lot of money and blah blah blah. But then I started saying, wait a minute, coffee beans are going to continuously grow, throughout the season. So why not, do that? I mean, that makes sense for me to do that. So I said, well, I'm going to get more bang for my buck with this coffee because I'm going to make sure that I have multiple coffee, seasons. So, multiple coffee harvests, and each one is going to be subjected to the additional money, to the additional amount I get because of the fertilizer. So I was like, yeah, it makes sense. So as you can see here, I've gotten a lot of coffee already. This is over 700. This is almost 700 coffee here. Not to mention what was in here. I'm over 1,000, things of coffee. So I'm fine with that. I am perfectly fine with that. And I didn't show that I had bought some more storage because obviously this was getting too low. This was crazy. It was really nuts. It was really, really nuts. But what I ended up doing was, let me see, is it in this one that I wanted to put that? Let's get this out of here. What did this make? I forgot what this made. Yeah, it made baca. And I don't know if that's what I really wanted to make or if I wanted to make something out of here. That was making wheat beer. Yeah, this was making baca. So let's put it back in there. We'll let it make baca. But what I was saying was I had to get some more storage. I had to really spend some money on stuff. It was getting rough, really. It was getting really hard to... Oh, cappuccino. Look at that. There we go. An espresso, a vanilla, and a milk. So that's how we make cappuccino. Now, I think I'm going to have to buy some milk. Yeah, because I don't have milk. We don't do milk around here. But let's get these other ones. Let's collect what we can from here, 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 and here. And let those go. Wait, one of them was finished. Yeah, let's get this one going. So basically, tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to split these up like this, and then I'm going to put them in that way. Hold on. Let's take this 5 out of there. And I've got 24 going here. Let's just leave them like that. And then we're going to put those other 3 in the morning. So let's go to bed. I'm excited. I am so excited. Let's go to bed. Let's wake up. And let's get this thing going. It is raining. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh my God, that's so wonderful. So wonderful. Meaty pizza. Now, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, you can substitute with the tofu and stuff. And, I like that. I really do like that. Now, my gold shovel, I had to buy my gold shovel. Now I know how to make it. What's the weather? About 30% chance of rain. That's fine. Okay, so here, what we got going on? We got those finished, so you can poke these in there. These are finished, so you can poke these in there. And then these are finished, so you can poke those in there. Now, that's the last round of these that we have to do, but we've got a lot to plant here. So we are going to go and make a trip, first of all, to see, first things first. This has nothing in it. We're going to put recycling in here, which at a certain point, I think I can't help but look in the garbage. So please don't, hold that against me. I can't help but to look in there because there have been some things in there that has helped us a lot. And, some of those things have been, the corn dogs and, the bacon and stuff like that. So I tend to look in there just because, yes, when you get to a certain point, a lot of the money making things that you used to do, you shouldn't do anymore because it requires time and energy that you no longer have. And that's something to, I guess, remember even, I don't know, I guess in life, I don't freaking know. But, there's some things that, your time is more valuable than that. So, unfortunately, you could say that recycling is one of those things. Because now my time has become more valuable. And recycling something for, about, what is it, 20 gold per certificate is really not a whole lot. So you would be right in saying that, but it's just hard for me to stay away from it because, it got me to where I am. So I will do it periodically, but it will not stay a routine. If I miss one day, I miss a day. If I don't miss a day, I don't miss. It's just one of those things that if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. And we have a lot of fruit that's ready over here. So we're going to grab these. Mandarin, all of that. We're going to figure out something to do with all of this fruit because this is crazy. There's so much fruit. Now, we may just go ahead. I know what I can do with the coconuts, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to just figure out some of this other stuff and just say, you know what, I might just toss it. Once I have a full stock of it, I might just toss the rest. But let's see here. Let's go over here. Today is going to be another planting day. So, unfortunately, I'm probably not going to show you all of that. I'm going to do it. And whenever I'm finished with it, that's when I'm going to bring you back. But for right now, I'm going to... Oh, corn dog. See? When I look in there, there's a corn dog. That's $400. I can't really pass up $400 right now. So, let's see what she's selling today. Now, we need to find something cheap. She will not sell tea. I could go to Pumpkinvale and get the mint tea for what's-his-face. But that's a lot of traveling just for some damn tea. So, let's see. She's got a kapamaki, which is sushi made with delicious cucumbers, named after a mythical monster who liked cucumbers. Didn't know that. This one is sushi made with fried eggs. Now, the difference is they're both the same amount of money. I don't know which one gives more, so I'm going to try this one because I think I had this one before. So let's eat it and see. That's okay. That's not bad. But I think this one gives more. So I am going to buy... I could buy a ton of these things, really. How many should I get? I am going to get 50 of these. Just because. Yeah, I'm getting 50 of them. Oh, Lord. 150. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to get 50 of them. Okay. There we go. Now, we're going to go back and make the coconuts into coconut water. That'll give us a little bit extra, a little bit top off. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do, so we need to get ready for all this work. Okay, so I am going to go back to the farm. I'm going to turn this coconuts into coconut water. We're going to continue to plant stuff. And I hope that after we're done planting everything, that we can actually start going into the mine. Take a day to go into the mine, take a couple of days to fish, things like that. But I think right now we're really at a point We're pretty oh, is that another harvest of these things? Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to plant as much of this as possible. Then I'm going to bring you back when I harvest these so we can see how many of those we have. Right now, my backpack is a little short. I should just go get to the two other ones that I'm going to need, actually. We'll have a think on that for a bit. But right now, I said I was going to go turn these coconuts into coconut water. So let's do what we said we were going to do. And then we can get back to the fun at hand. So we bring that down there. Okay, so first things first is I am going to plant as much of this as possible. We're going to also put up this stuff. Now, we may just put it in some random, I don't know. We probably put it here. Let's just do that now to get it out of the way. Anything that's not relevant to what we're doing right now, let's just get it out of the way. These are going to wait. These are going to wait. Okay, all of this, we're going to shove this into the bin. Okay, so right now you're going to see what we have going on. We have all of this stuff to plant. We have all of this fertilizer. We should be good with it. And then we have another harvest here. Now, I am probably going to stop at some point and grab this harvest because I do want to reuse these two plots. I don't want to get too close to the trees, but I do want to reuse those two plots, and I may actually do something here, here, and then come here. But anyway, I'm going to bring you back later, and you'll see roughly how long this is probably going to be all day, if not into the next day. I'm hoping it does not last past midnight, but we're going to see what happens. So I'll bring you back shortly. All right, we are back, and as you can see, it is 10:28, so we did kind of finish in record time. Now look here, we have 20 plots of 36-ish. Now I say 36-ish because 5 of these are some of those hybrid other crops, but we're just going to go with the 36-ish. So we also harvested these two plots here, so that was 72 of these that we took out of here. So based on those 72, we ended up with what? 486 items based on 72 crops. Now, well, plots or crops, whatever you want to call it. Now, I think it's pretty good. I like the fact that we're getting a good multiplier on those. The only difference is we've got a lot more that we need to plant, and we're kind of behind in that. But my notion is that we need to plant these over the next the remaining of this month and over the course of next season. So we're going to do that, but for now we're going to go ahead and look at the television real quick. Corn on the cob. Oh, 1 corn, 1 butter. I don't have any butter. Wall shelf. Don't really know if I want to do that, but it might be an interesting idea if I care to decorate at all. Now, another thing I was disappointed about was I planted 9 pineapple, and those 9 pineapple got me 18 pineapple. I did not realize that you only got 2 pineapples for every seed. So I was a little disappointed with that as well, but I'll deal with that later. That's not as big of an issue. We are sleepy. We're going to go to sleep, and we're going to see what the next day brings in the beginning of the day. Let's go ahead and do our usual here. Chicken taco soup. That actually sounds kind of good. If I'm really going to be honest with you, that sounds really good. Learn how to make a blue oven mitt. Do I need a blue oven mitt? Do I even need a... Yeah. So, let's see. We have... Yes, nothing is looking to be harvested just yet. So everything is fine right now. We don't have anything to tend to. We could tend to some of these trees, just looking at them real quick. I think we harvested everything that needed to be harvested. I don't see anything else jumping out at us. And the way the trees look, yes, they're all bunched together. I don't care. I kind of figured this tree is not going to grow because of where it is. But I have this one as a backup, so I really don't care. The money's spent, so it's not like we're going to get it back. But at the same time, it wasn't a whole lot of money, so I'm not too concerned about it. Now, my notion also is, considering the amount of these seeds that I have and the ones I still have left to plant, I wonder if, let's see, yeah, I think that I am going to, for right now, payment for my last shipment was $400. That was the corn dog. It wasn't anything else. Flour. I can probably get Mike some flour. I know I have some chicken eggs. Don't even know what this is. Have not seen this hump head thing at all. So let's see what else I can get going here. Let me think. Planting is going to be important. I'm trying to debate on whether or not to sell these or to turn them into more seeds. But I think my math is almost right. We planted, how many did we plant? We have 343 of these things left. If we were to get 5 out of those 343, yeah, I think we're on track to get at least a lot. Let's pause for a minute. We're gonna discuss this a little bit. So if we have 343 left, that means we planted, out of our 1,000, we planted 657. Okay, we have 20 plots of 36. Call it, one of them is a 31 plot. So we have 19 plots of 36 and then one plot of 31. I believe so, because we have those 5 hybrid seeds that are growing in one of the plots. So I guess technically I need to kind of take those out of my equation until later. So we've got the 36 at 19. That's what, 684? I think that is. Check my math, someone. And then we have the 31 additional ones, because that one plot of 36 is not completely full of the same thing. So that gives us what, 715? I'm thinking, right? So we have 715 that's down already. Those 715 supposedly are to give us a minimum of 5 each. So that's 3575. Now, based on that, I'm thinking, obviously that's not enough, right? We're at that point a little bit more than a third way there. So we're gonna need at least another. That's gonna be another like 6,500 of these things. So if we look at 6,500 and we're going to get a minimum of 5 each, we're going to need another 1,500 of them. Now we have here, we have an additional 300. I think we're good. I think we might be okay, or we might be close. You know, we're going to need to at least get another 1,500 of them to put down, not even 1,300 of them to put down in the ground. But I think what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to see what happens at the end of summer. So I am actually going to play a little bit until the end of summer, and I am going to see how many we have at the beginning on summer 1, because basically what's going to happen is we know that we're gonna have 2 harvests, at least 2 harvests for that season. So based on those 2 harvests, where are we? How many more are we gonna need? Are we on track to do that? Can we do that? And then we're just gonna go from there, because at the end of fall 28 is the last day to even get these things out of the ground. We can't even count on any other day. So fall 28, we have to pull these out of the ground regardless of what's happening. So that means that the last day that I will probably plant these is I won't do anything past the 17th. So we have the first half of fall really to get them back in the ground. So we really need to think that through, and we need to make sure that that we're doing what we're supposed to do, and that we're on track to make sure that on that day, because winter, we're not going to be able to get that much going in winter. Maybe 50 grand, 100 grand max, maybe more. I don't know. I don't know what grows during winter. I don't know what does not grow during winter. So that's going to be an issue as well. Winter time, we need to gain minimum amount of money, if anything at all. So we're going to be fishing a lot. We're going to be doing some things to kind of get us, get us some money, stuff like that. Because, these little nickel and dime things are going to come back into play during winter. And we're going to have to figure out something to plant that's going to give us some decent money. And we're going to probably have to hit that, a lot during winter. So I don't anticipate that being a lot. And we probably will end up cooking a lot of stuff during winter, making a lot of beer, a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to get as much stuff growing now so that maybe winter time we can go through the stuff we have and make up for what we need. I'm anticipating if we need still in winter, by winter 1, if we still need about 100K, we should be okay. A lot over 100K, we may have a problem. We may have a huge problem. The only way out of that is, luckily I do have this Meteor fishing rod, so that fishing rod may save our lives during winter time, as well as now, because even now I've got all of this stuff set down. Yeah, I don't want it too close to the trees or anything, but I've got all this put down. These are 20 plots here, so I can do 720 of these at a time. That may lead to some, I don't know, that we may not, we may get there, we may not. We should. Let me just put it that way. We should. I have 720 of these things down. Minimum, they should give me 5 each. So I should end up getting about 3,500 out of each of these things. So, but I got to think about how much fertilizer is going to cost. I got to think about all of that. So I've done 720. I've only can do 343 left with the fertilizer that I have. So we might be okay. But if you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like. Please leave your comments as to how you think we're getting along. Do you think we're going to make it? Am I using the wrong strategy? Are there other things that I can do based on my criteria to get us the money? I'm going to fish. I'm going to mine. I'm going to still do everything else, but maybe not as much. I'm going to make sure all of this is planted. All of this is watered. That's going to take a lot of my energy throughout the day. And I don't want to keep eating food in order to do it. But if I have to, when I eat food, it's going to be specifically for planting and carrying on. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you didn't, please leave me a dislike, and please let me know why. I am going to play some more and see how far we can get. Each time I do a harvest, I may go ahead and do a video for that. I'm not going to show you a lot of different things that I'm doing. That's probably a little tedious and a little repetitive. I'm trying to save you from some of that monotony. But I'm hoping that you're enjoying our journey so far. And I'm trying to make it as enjoyable as possible. And I will see you hopefully in the next video. Until then, this is just trying to play it. Then please stay safe, everyone.